Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a book review. You know, this is not what I want to do. Like, I wanted to do a book review, but I don't want to do a book review the same way I've done all the other reviews. Like, I don't want to do another magic review, right? Or something, because this should be more real and more personal and more vulnerable than that. Like, I think in a book review, you want me to just tell you what the book is about and then tell you if I liked it or didn't like it, or if I think you should read it. And I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that this time. Magic is Dead is a movement. It was something that Daniel Madison came up with. And it's not a title to a book. All right? Each one of those words has a meaning and a thought associated with it. And you can't just sum it up in a book review. All right? I can't just say, I liked it, or I didn't like it, or this book had no plot, or you know, it was a flat story, or it was exciting and it was heart pounding and you'll be on the edge of your seat. Like, that wouldn't do Magic is Dead justice. That wouldn't do Daniel Madison's creation justice. If you don't know what Magic is Dead is, it's a schism, all right? It's a break, it's a separation. When you think about art and art history, there was a time in art history where artists were spending so much time trying to get the human figure perfectly. They were trying to draw people as best as they possibly could, make things look as realistic as possible. And then this offshoot kind of like tear took place, this violent separation where these artists rebelled against that and said, no, we're gonna make everything cubes, or we're gonna make everything points, or we're gonna make everything abstract. And they took art in a almost destructive new way. And all the old voices said, that's not art, that's not good. And it wasn't about good, it was about redefining and asking, can it still be art, even though it doesn't look exactly like a building, or exactly like a person, or exactly like the subject matter? You know, and religion did this. There's this Taoist concept, killing the Buddha. And the Buddhist monk would say, if you see the Buddha approaching you, kill him. And you can imagine that same phrase was met with the same kind of like violent, like, what do you mean kill him? Well, it's simple, because Buddha is not a person. Buddha is a way of life. It's in you. So if you see the Buddha coming towards you, kill him, because it's a false God. It's a false representation. You know, and even in all this, you even think of like Christianity. You think of Jesus, right? I mean, Jesus was a teacher, but Jesus did not come to create religion. Jesus didn't come even to create Christians. The point of Christianity is not to find your favorite Christian and to copy him and to be exactly like him, or for other Christians to condemn other Christians and say, you're not like us, so that makes you wrong. The point of Christianity isn't to follow Christians is to follow Jesus. Jesus didn't come to start a religion. He came to show people how to live life. So Magic is Dead is this rebellion. It's this treatise. It's this break. It's this response. And it should be exciting. Because it's a movement, right? It's a movement. And I think if you read the book, or if you listen to Daniel and you listen to him talk about Magic is Dead, I don't think Daniel's not trying to get you to be like him either. He's not saying magic is dead and the 52 are the only people who know how magic should be done and you should follow us and join us. Daniel Madison does not want you to join the 52. He doesn't want you to be a magician like him. He doesn't think that he has the answer to where magic is going. I think it's totally the opposite. You know, they say imitation is the highest form of flattery, but that's not true, okay? Imitation is just uncreativity. Imitation is just, I couldn't think of anything else. And when we say magic is dead, it's because we've turned into these little carbon copies of things. You know, we buy a trick from Jay Sankey and then we perform it exactly like Jay Sankey does. We buy a trick from John Bannon and then we perform it exactly like John Bannon does. And then we buy a trick from Chris Angel and then we perform it exactly like Chris Angel does. And then we become this weird amalgam magician that has 3 tricks, and in one trick I'm Jay Sankey, and another trick I'm John Bannon, and another trick I'm Chris Angel. Well, who are you? Right? Magic is dead is a way of saying, kill the past, kill the creator, kill the architect, and find out where your artist is. How do you and magic become this? How do you join together? How do you become not a carbon copy of another magician? How do you become you? And so really, I think, you know, a book that's titled Magic is Dead should be a break from the normal. It should not be a book that reads exactly like every other historical magic book that just teaches you about where magic has come from and where they think magic is going. Because its title, Magic is Dead, is so much more than that. Magic is Dead should inspire you. It should force you to dream. It should evangelize to you. It should feed you. So I could go on in a review and talk about whether I liked the book or didn't like the book. I mean, when I first started reading it, I started making all these notes about how I would tell you whether I liked it or didn't like it, and then I would bring up support and like turn to specific pages and read quotes to you so that I could tell you what I thought. But a reviewer can say anything, really. I mean, I could highlight parts that I liked and then make you think it was a great book. Or I could highlight parts of the book that I didn't like and make you think it's a bad book. But then what I'm doing is I'm making the choice for you because you trust me. But if you trust me, then I shouldn't break that trust by doing that to you. So I'm not. I mean, if this were a book about cubism, right, then I would expect the book to be about Dali and Picasso, right? And just the life that they lived and how exciting it was to be developing this crazy new art form. I mean, Magic is Dead is more like punk rock, because punk rock was this response to modern music as it was coming out and being institutionalized. And punk rockers like The Clash and Dead Kennedys and Black Flag and the Misfits, they came out and they said no to every way that you think it should be done, and we're gonna take this and turn it on its head and do something not normal. Magic is Dead and the magicians who are in that circle are the punk rock of magic right now. But punk rock was just one evolution. It was just one phase. So no, Daniel Madison does not want you to be in the 52. Rather, I think he'd be more passionate about you discovering a new inspiration. Something that you're gonna see because of who you are. And you're gonna take magic in a new direction. Maybe you're gonna be the grunge of magic, or maybe you're gonna be the techno of magic, or maybe you're gonna be the rap or the R&B of magic. A book that really captures Magic is Dead, the end of it should say, burn this book. Burn this book and never read it again, because you understand now. You're not gonna look to the past anymore. You're gonna create your own journey. You're gonna create your own path. And it doesn't have to be in magic, okay? Magic is Dead doesn't just apply to magic. It applies to every field. It applies to every art form. So it's whatever inspires you, whatever motivates you to be better or to think on your own, or to tap into that thing that feeds you. I mean, because really, Magic is Dead is the story of a journalist who joins the 52 and develops his own card trick. And then he befriends members of the 52 along the way and tells you their backstories. I mean, if you want a summary of what the book is about, that's the book in one sentence. But that doesn't do the book justice, and that doesn't help you. But I think what you're seeing right now on Instagram and Facebook and social media is all these popular magicians who you respect and who you like and who you idolize, and they're telling you, oh, this book is awesome, you should read it. But what I'm telling you is, don't read it because they're telling you to. Because that in itself goes against everything the title stands for.